We are SAS Eagles. We are educated,
elite, enlightened,
simply superior
to the average peasants. We leave our trash around because having to do it ourselves will be oh so unpleasant. We ignore the labels on trash cans. Why be a sensible student when you have enough cash? We are all guilty of neglecting the terrible task of sorting our own trash.
SAS is a non-profit organization, and our tuition, all $244,000, should come back to benefit our education.
We forced a law upon us, a law that will fine those who disobey, a mandated recycling law for disentangling the environmental affray.
Institutions pay $50,000 every day on recycling fines, a fee for our mistakes, our carelessness, 20% of our tuition gone.
If we can pay SAS $244,000 a year,
then why can't we pay a little more attention to our geosphere?
Why? We know all the harms, we know all the damages.
Yet, why? Why do we not act? Let's hear a story. A student was rushing. They just had lunch. They stopped in front of a trash can. All those bins, all for different things. At the thought of having to separately throw away each part, it's too inconvenient. One time won't make a difference. Where does this even go? Tossing the bowl into any bin won't hurt. It's just a bowl. Wouldn't be that important anyways.
No one likes to think themselves as lazy. We often make up excuses.
It won't make a difference.
I don't know how to recycle.
Recycling and sorting trash is so inconvenient.
But are any of these reasons valid enough for us to hurt the environment?
139.6 million tons. This is the amount of waste that ends up incinerated, that ends up in pollution.
Smoke diffuses, but nature refuses. Yet, a precious source of secondary materials ends up worthless.
25% are paper products. If only a tenth of America's newspapers are recycled, 25 million trees spared, $1 billion saved.
Money is not the only thing being saved. If one soup can is recycled, if one soda can is recycled, there will be energy sufficient enough to run 3 hours of television.
Reducing, reusing, recycling is how materials cycle back to the supply chain to sustain our materialistic gains.
It allows new markets to develop and employment rate to level up, benefiting the global economy. We know recycling is good, but we're not in that mood.
We know it helps the environment, reducing rubbish incineration and greenhouse gases, minimizing the depletion of natural resources, conserving energy. We've been told many times, so why won't we pay the fines for the environmental crime?
In 2017, only about 25% of waste were recycled. We claim to be ethical global citizens. How can we destroy and litter while we shamelessly repost advocating messages on Twitter, but end up paying the world to be our babysitter?
We learn to advocate for global change. While we act as if convenience and the environment is a perfect exchange, we leave our trash for the IEs to collect. We throw our waste into random bins to expect that it will be sorted where it belongs when we know that this is perfectly wrong.
A global environmental problem needs to be resolved. As students, we are trained to innovate and problem solve. We thrive on making the world a better place and arrive at the finishing line in this ongoing race. We strive to implement biodegradable utensils and compost bins, and to revive the functional waste from the incorrectly disposed categories.
We came up with all sorts of solutions which can all make SAS a green institution. But we can't implement these ideas if we cannot take the first baby steps in improving ourselves.
Jumping to conclusions is never a good thing. And in this case, we must start from the beginning. We must break the bad habits instilled in us, destroy the practices that will destroy our world.
You may think that they're just throwing facts, but like every fable, there is a moral. With every action, there is a consequence.
Step by step, we can take responsibility. Step by step, we can be the words we acclaim. Step by step, we can finally call ourselves the ethical global citizens we all strive to be.
Act locally, then globally.
As Mahatma Gandhi once said, you must be the change you want to see in the world.